Hello everyone, this is Wrestling Watcher here, a YouTube channel that's about watching professional wrestling. So Rusev made his return back to the company being WWE, back in April of this year. Now before that, he had a stint in AEW, and I think he should have been more of a vocal point in the booking of that run, we'll say. It's hard to even call it a run because he was so sporadically used that, does that really even count as a run? But he had a stint there for a good long while. He wasn't booked nearly as often as I think he should have been, and I think he should have been booked more. I think his talent dictates that he should have been higher up on the card in that company, more storylines and, more better matches, in my opinion. Now, he returned back in April, and he attacked Tozawa and Otis, and he's been established as a heel. But right now, he feels undercard. Now, lately, the last few weeks, for the last while, he's been feuding with Sheamus, and they've been going back at it, going back and forth at each other in matches, street fights, brawls. And I think it's entertaining. But the problem is, I feel like it's very low card. Very low on the totem pole as far as focused. And I'd like to see these two really have a great PLE match. And I'd like to see them really go at it hard at a PLE event. I think Rusev will win. Unfortunately, I think even though Sheamus is in incredible shape, so is Rusev. And I think Rusev, he's 39. 39 used to be considered old, but now with the way athletics is going, with the training, the conditioning, the science behind the dieting, 39 isn't as old as it used to be, seemingly. He's in great shape, he can still work, he can still go, and I think, there's a lot of guys who are older than him, right? CM Punk, LA Knight. I think Rusev could be up for a great push. I can see him feuding with a number of guys on that roster. I could see Rusev, he's sort of that dominant heel now, or at least that's what he's booked to be. Even though he's lower on the card, seemingly, he's still looked at as sort of a dominant heel in his booking when he performs. So there's guys that he can work with on that roster and have a great program with. Sami Zayn comes to mind. Penta comes to mind. You can go back to even Tozawa, maybe. If you wanted to try and elevate Tozawa. I think AJ Styles could be interesting too in that regard. Point is, I think there's more to get out of Rusev than what they're currently getting. And I'll be interested to see where this issue with Sheamus goes. I'd like to see it resolved in a PLE match where Rusev gets the win and you elevate him up the card. I don't know what you do with Sheamus. Honestly, Sheamus might benefit from a heel turn. He might benefit from just, a vicious heel turn. It's too bad you can't put him in the Vision. The new Seth Rollins group. But, if you could just turn him heel and he could just brogue kick everyone again. It's not to say that he's not a great baby face or can't be a baby face, but I think when you look at Sheamus, he's always going to be better as a heel than he is as a baby face. Just my opinion on that one. But that's going to be all for this one, guys. Thank you very much. Wrestling Watcher out.